Hello, my wonderful friends. Megas here on a perfect day in Asha. So excited to go inside and share this message with you. I've been gone for a few days and I've missed you guys more than you know. If you're new to this channel, I'm so excited. My friends, we represent the Magi. The Magi were the original monotheistic religion. It's the wise men that worship the Christ child, and I've got a message for you guys that I'm so excited to share. So let's head in, guys. Hello, my wonderful friends. Megas with you on a beautiful day in Asha, coming to you from the beautiful castle in the mountains. And today's message is they want to cut your hair and blind your eyes. In spirituality, hair represents your connection to spirit, to God, to truth, to light, to freedom and power. You know, in days of old, they would shave your head to take away your dignity, to take away your power. During the witch hunts, they would shave the witch's head to take away their magic. They're trying to disconnect their connection to spirit, my friends, and that blinds your eyes. And I'm going to show you, my friends, this is a trick of the matrix, of the world government, of the world religions, and of the evil spirit himself. But you're going to understand this today, and you're never going to be fooled again. My friends, our spiritual eye is our connection to God. And you'll notice in the world religions, they always keep you seeking for God. Every week you go to their synagogue or their temple or their church, and they're offering you something, and you pay them for it, but they never deliver you. They never get you connected to God himself with divine life and divine health and peace and joy and power and freedom. You remain a slave that has to keep coming before them for their handout. And I want you to see this. When I went into the army, they shaved my head. My friends, I could do nothing right. They tear you down to rebuild you in the image that they want. And my friends, when I was in that cult in Texas, they did the same thing. They made me shave off my beard. They want to take away your connection to God, and they tore me down. My friends, sleep deprivation. I mean, they physically and mentally abused me to rebuild me, my friends. And then when they offer you a little gratitude or a compliment, my friends, you just eat it up. You end up thanking them, my friends. And they can build you in the image that they want. And you've got to see this, my friends. Please understand this. In the army, when a soldier goes in, instinctively, they found that they'll shoot into the ground or into the air because they don't want to hurt the person on the other side. And they have to get that out of you. They want one shot, one kill. My friends, when I was in that cult in Texas, my friends, they had to put their idea of who God is and my role and their role, they had to plant that in my mind, my friends. And they do that with fear, and they do that with anger, and they do that with low vibrations. My friends, I don't want to get negative, because that's not what this channel is about. But if you'll stay with me, let me build the case. And at the end of this, I'm going to give you a passport of light that you can go and roam and travel anywhere in divine truth, in divine light, in peace, in joy, in power, and in freedom. My friends, but you have to first ask yourself, is God good, powerful enough to do that? Can you really live free with a God of love, as love is your weapon? Would you be better off maybe with one of those warring gods? The ones that go in and they kill the men, women, and children and take what they want? My friends, you got to ask yourself some honest questions. What do you believe? Do you really think love is the most powerful force in the universe? And you're going to have to prove it to yourself, my friends, just like I did. I had to prove it and see it for myself to truly believe it, so I could truly walk in it, my friends, and live in Asha. Asha is the perfect Creator's perfect idea, heaven on earth. My friends, where sickness and disease dies, when it touches me, I'm protected and I'm provided for. And I don't have to pray for it. I don't have to beg a deity in the sky for it. I don't have to give money to my church to receive it. It's what I am. My friends, it is so ugly that people take advantage of that. The governments, the churches, they know people instinctively want to live good. It's our nature. And they offer it to you. But they can't deliver it because they themselves don't have it. My friends, but I'm going to give you the passport. I call it my passport of light. I call it living in first circle. I call it living in Asha, the perfect Creator's perfect idea. Because what else could a perfect Creator have but a perfect idea of you and His creation? And I'm going to teach you how to step into that with frequency today, my friends. But you have to believe it. You have to ask yourself some tough questions. You know what? The churches, the world matrix, religious churches, temples, synagogues would not exist if it wasn't for the people supporting it. The governments that you complain about with the atrocities that they do, they wouldn't exist if that 99% of the people, if that wasn't their heart voting that into office. My friends, think about that for a minute. You know, I've talked about this before. Let me touch on this, please. Stalin said that ideas are more powerful than guns. And he wouldn't give his enemies guns, so he's sure not going to give them ideas. And that's why he controlled the education system, because he said education is a weapon. My friends, they educate you. And they implant their ideas in you, and they're powerful. And they can control you with them. My friends, they want you to eat out of their hand with their religions. What do they tell you? Don't look at any other book. Don't ever go inside and meditate. You can't trust your heart. My friend, only take your spiritual information of who God is and who you are from their Bible, from their Quran, from their Gita, or from their priest, from their church. Never go inside, my friends. And that is the number one lie of the enemy that has kept men bound. But when you go inside and you see truth, you will recognize it. My friends, my God, you'll recognize it. You'll recognize these world religions are not good God at all. I'm not going to talk about all the different religions and books, but think about just the Bible. Don't leave me if you're a Christian or a Jewish person. I'm not going to bash the Bible, but I need you to hear this so you can understand it. My friends, Jesus came to show the Jewish people at that time the truth of who God really is. He says, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. And the God that you're worshiping right now doesn't look anything like the Father. My friends, but Christianity has gone right back to it. Jesus would not be a Christian today, my friends, I guarantee you. Look at their religion. Look at their books. Look at the stories in the Bible about Moses telling the soldiers to kill the men, women, and children. What would that look like and sound like to kill children? But he kept the beautiful young women as sex slaves. Anyone in their right mind, if you weren't scared to death and brainwashed, would realize that's not good. The story of Jephthah. He told his Lord that if he's victorious in battle, went and killed the men, women, and children, got all the spoils, the first person that walked out of his house, he would offer as a burnt sacrifice to his Lord. He came home after wiping out the enemy, taking all the spoils. His daughter came out, said with a tambourine singing, Daddy's home, you lived. He slit her throat and burnt her and offered it up as a sacrifice to his Lord. My friends, anyone could look at that with any kind of intellect and know that is wrong. Not God, not good. Stoning your children when they're bad. Well, think about that for a minute, my friends. My friends, please don't cut me off here. Stay with me. I'm going to give you the passport to walk into freedom, to know who God really is, to change your life today. Are you tired of living in lies? I want you to think about, this is something that always bothered me. You know, as a young child, I had a prophetic gift. And I remember one time I was sitting in church and I was just drawing. And I drew skulls and crows and death and I wrote Nagasaki at the bottom. Didn't even know what it was. My mom, what is that? And all I knew is it was death. And later I got to study about the bombs that were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki and the mindset of the U.S. government that went behind it. My friends, they didn't want to blow up military institutions. Their whole plan was to blow up cities of innocent people. They said the actual words, we can go back and now look at their behind the scenes conferences, and they used the word spectacular. It would be spectacular if we could blow up the cities, because it would strike such fear into them, to blow up the innocent, to blow up their churches and their history and their buildings and the people, and just show them the power of their bomb. My friends, instead of calling it sad, disgusting, the utmost evil, they called it spectacular. I want you to think about the slaves that they brought over. And this is supposed to be one nation under God. I must say to you, which God? That they would bring the slaves over in the ships and the crowded conditions and dying on the trip over and treat them like animals, less than animals. My friends, the Indians, like I said, they killed off, I think it was 1,500,000 buffalo, so they took their food away from them, so they had to eat out of the government's hand. My friends, that's the same thing the religions are doing to you. Only eat out of their hand, from their Bible, their Quran, their priest, their governments. My friends, they're all in it together. And they're all ruled by the evil spirit. And you can see it when you go inside and find who God good is, and light and truth. And he's all good, and he has no attributes of the evil spirit. And he doesn't hate and war and kill and get angry and get jealous. My friends, but that's the God that they present you in the world religions. That's what's being a good patriot. Will you lay down your life for your country? Will you kill for your country? Will you sacrifice your own children? Send them over to die for your country? And they celebrate them as heroes. But then every time we go back in history and we look at what were they really fighting for, my friends, it is always selfish. It was always a power grab. My friends, it was always for wealth, for a few. My God, if the many would wake up, if the many would stop eating from their hand for 5 seconds and wake up. And the first step in that is realizing who God is. Once you do that, my friends, they're going to start to lose their grip on you. And here's the message of the Magi. God is all good. And he has no attributes of the evil spirit. I guarantee you, if you were brought up in one of the world religions, they told you God was good. They told you God was love. But they also told you that, that could look like killing men, women, and children. That could look like anger. That could look like hating. My friends, it's not. And when you go inside, you're going to realize that. Turn to Asha 12. Asha by Winston Head, available at Amazon. It's inspired by the 2,600-year-old Magi text. The Magi were the wise men that came and worshipped the Christ. It said when the Jewish people were afraid they heard the Messiah was born, the Magi, the Zoroastrian priests, came and worshipped him. Here's their writings. My friends, you need to get this book. Go to Asha 12. Asha 12 says, there's nothing for me outside. You're not going to get it from their churches. You're not going to get it from their government. You're going to only find it inside. It says, I've spent too long looking outside of myself, looking for meaning, purpose, affirmation, approval, love, truth, happiness in God. And get this, just to find myself ever searching. They never let you have it because they don't have it to give to you, my friends. So what do? I quiet all the many thoughts and ideas and stories and lies that they fed me. And you got to be brave to do that, don't you? And I go inside. I go inside, and there I see Jesus. I go inside, and I see the Savior. My friends, you have to do it yourself. They're not going to give it to you. And then you realize there's no separation from your good, your God. The God that you always thought was, is, and you're going to see him inside of you. My friends, because you have the divine spark, the Fravashi, the Christ mind in you. You come from God, you're made of God, and you shall return to God, the true God, the good God, that doesn't drop bombs on people, doesn't kill men, women, and children, doesn't hate, and doesn't get angry. He's love, peace, joy, power, freedom, light, truth. And you can learn to walk in that, my friends. And all that lie and illusion in the outside world doesn't affect you anymore. It doesn't affect me anymore, my friends. My God, will someone else get this and run and play with me in this beautiful creation of God that we call Asha heaven on earth? It says, I realize there's no separation from God good. We are one. And all the truth, happiness, God, good, love, life, peace, joy, power, and freedom that I was searching for, it's here right now inside of me. And once you hold that frequency, my friends, you're going to start creating it in form and matter. My God, I got so much more I want to talk about. But I'm wondering, is that enough? Do you get what I'm telling here? You guys, God is good. You've been lied to. You've been lied to about who God is, about who you are, about how this world is meant to operate and run. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to learn to live in what we call first circle. My friends, because when you're in that circle of light, darkness cannot enter. When you're in that sickness, in that circle of divine health, sickness and disease cannot enter. When you're in truth, the lie and illusion can't enter. When you're in that circle of light and you are power and your freedom, wherever you go, you can walk through the pit of hell and it can't harm you because you are walking in that divine circle of light, of truth, of power, of freedom. My friends, my God, someone step into it today. It's a choice that every man and woman must make for themselves. And I know it's hard when you've been raised in these religions, but will you let the false idea of the God they gave you that's mixed, that loves and hates, he's at peace and war, he'll create but he'll kill, my friends, will you let that God go and accept the true God? Zoroastrianism was the original monotheistic religion that all the others branched off of, and they ruined it, my friends, by adding attributes to God that aren't him. And that therefore changed the human, and that therefore changed the earth. My friends, the frequency, the vibration, the energy we hold is what we're going to vibrate into form and matter in this world. We need to start taking into us the true God, the good God, the true Spirit, the Holy Spirit, my friends, and we're going to hold that frequency, that light, and we're going to create that in our world. My friends, the people have to have a change of heart though. Like the religions that we have, the governments that we've had, the war and atrocities, is because that's the heart of the people. What kind of music do they like to listen to? What kind of movies do they watch on the TV? My friends, what kind of thoughts do they truly think? They might think world peace would be great, but in their hearts that's not what they hold. They think we have to fight our enemy. We have to kill our enemies. And like I said, that's the entertainment they like in their movies, in their music. That's the thoughts they like to entertain. And that's what's shown in our churches, in our synagogues, in their religious writings, in the governments. We could change it like that, guys, if we'll change our heart first. But you have to ask yourself some hard questions. Can we really change the world with God good? With the all-good Spirit? Can we really change the world with love? Is love really the most powerful force on the earth, or is hate and violence? What do you truly believe? You need to find that out. Then you need to change your own heart and mind, change your own life, change your own family, change your own home. And then we're going to take it to the world, my friends, with the message of Asha. Will you share the message of Asha with one person today? And guys, know I love you so much, and we'll see you next time.